Hey, you, you ever lost at a fighting game? You ever get real pissed off at a fighting game? Well, get in, loser. We're gonna read some books. We're gonna start with this one. This book is called The Cow in the Parking Lot. So this book is actually written by a lawyer or maybe a former lawyer or something like that. But he essentially ties learning to overcome your anger to Buddhist principles, and it worked really well for me. The biggest takeaway from the book has to do with the title, The Cow in the Parking Lot, and how it's this basically likening it to like your anger. That is to say that the cow in the parking lot is not something that you can move, but it's something you have to accept as it is. You know, it's not the cow's fault, it's there. Uh, the universe isn't trying to spite you by putting the cow there. You just got to accept it and you got to deal with it. You know, I see a lot of people fighting what the game is like instead of accepting it for what it is, and, just leading to so much frustration that does not need to be happening. Now I'm going to talk about this one. I'm going to be real with you. The name of this book sucks, but it's still a super helpful book. Uh, if especially if you don't like the woo-woo sort of style of the other book, I think this one might be perfect for you if you want something more scientifically based. This book provides a lot of different examples and uh, ways of interpreting and framing your anger to help you understand where it's coming from, which I think is super helpful. And while the title's pretty cringe, it's still such a good read. This person really knows what they're talking about. I think there's some sort of psychologist or doctor, I don't really remember, but I remember walking away from this with like a much better understanding of where anger comes from. The thing I like about both of these books is that they both give you opportunities to like write and practice and figure out what's going on instead of just telling you how to do it. You read these books and go to therapy. Therapy is also really good. Please go to therapy. But I am serious about that last bit, you know? The anger is something that leaks out through the fighting games. It's not isolated to the fighting games, you know? We got to take care of ourselves. We got to take care of each other. Reach out to people struggling. Reach out for help if you are struggling. Be cool.